Hi guys, so thank you for joining me today on my YouTube channel. I haven't done YouTube in a while. There's been obviously a lot of things going on with the pandemic. It's been affecting everybody worldwide, and so I don't know, for some reason it just didn't feel right to put content. But I wanted to get on here today because I really want to share something that I've been doing just very recently in church, and I wanted to share that with you guys today. So, as it did say in the Bible rather, what it did say in the title of this video is we are going to talk about church veiling, right? But before we go ahead into that, I just wanted to share my experience during this pandemic. I've always considered myself a spiritual person. I have a very personal relationship with God, and I feel like I have had experiences where I just cannot doubt that He's been a huge part of just miracles or changes in my life. So I've never denied that. I grew up a Catholic. My mom is very religious, so we did grow up going to church every Sunday, going to the Catholic church every Sunday. And as I grew older, I began to go to other churches, especially the Protestant churches, because I really enjoyed the services and I enjoyed the talks given by the pastors. And so for a while, I saw myself going, sometimes in the Protestant church and sometimes in the Catholic church. But when this pandemic hit, for some reason, I was just called to dive deeper into my Catholic faith. I have had the most meaningful Lenten season of my life, because COVID happened before the Lenten season. And anyway, so that 1 week, that Holy Week, right? There were so many things happening, a lot of just bad news pouring in from the media, and I felt like, okay, I really need a timeout. I need to stay away from what I was seeing, because I was spiraling down, not necessarily into depression, but certainly into just feeling more anxious, feeling more afraid. And as I saw myself going down that road of just more fear and more anxiety, I felt, okay, let me just spend time with the Lord and quiet down and pull back from everything that I was seeing online. And I went for a fast for a week, that whole week. And I read the Bible, I read scripture, the Bible. I went through a lot of articles online, and somehow it just led me more and more into the Catholic faith. I started to read more about Mother Mary, who is one of the main reasons why I could not leave the Catholic Church to begin with, because I felt that, how can you not love your mother, right? How can you not love your mother? And she bore Jesus. She bore God, the Son of God, so He is a God. And so that's one of the major reasons why I could not leave the Catholic Church. But okay, I digress. Let's get into this veiling, because one of the messages that I saw was on veiling and how Catholic women are going back to this tradition, right? And I think that's what's beautiful about the Catholic Church, are our traditions. These are things that have been passed on from generation to generation, and it's something we could always look back on. Like, what did my grandma do? What did my great-grandparents do? And what did our forefathers in the church say, right? So that's what I really like about the Catholic Church, is when I get confused, then I know I can go back to tradition to answer some of my questions. And one of those questions was veiling in church. So let me just show you real quick this veil that I have, right? So it's a beautiful infinity veil. And so the more and more I learned about veiling in church, the more it spoke to me, the more it resonated in my heart. And I took this up with a friend of mine here in the city where I live, in Butuan. And it's a rental gown place. They also have a beautiful advocacy of where fashion designers donate their beautiful dresses so that women who can't afford to buy them can rent them at a much lower price. So I'm talking about One Closet. That's the name of their company. So I spoke to them about veiling, and I said, like, hey, I don't know if this resonates with you, but it's something that really just spoke loudly to me through this season. Can you look into it and see if this is something that you guys would want to do for One Closet? Because I don't know how to sew. I don't think I'd want to get into the business of that as well. So I felt like, who can I ask? Who can this message resonate with as well? And I feel so lucky because when I mentioned it, they talked about it as a family, and they felt like, yeah, you know what? Let's give this a try and see if it resonates with them, with the rest of the people as well. So he finally made this veil just a couple of weeks ago. And before launching the veils, I was very excited to receive them. Like, I couldn't wait, but of course I wouldn't pressure them, right? But I couldn't wait. I was very excited. He would send me photos of these beautiful laces that they were able to purchase, and I just was so excited to receive them. But here's what happened. As the days grew nearer, when they told me, Shyla, it's ready, and I volunteered to shoot it as well, because again, I was very passionate about the idea of veiling. So when we did the shoot, that was Saturday, we shot the veils, and I was excited for Sunday Mass. Like, oh my gosh, I'm going to actually get to wear the veil. And when Sunday came, I was afraid. I was surprisingly afraid and I wasn't familiar, with that feeling of being afraid of veiling, because I was so excited for it to arrive. And when I finally had it, when my friends finally had it, I was afraid. I was afraid of the thought of going into church and wearing it, because I don't want to call attention to myself, right? I mean, because veiling is about humbling yourself in front of the Lord, and I felt like if I do this, I don't want to draw attention to myself, and the veil might do that for me. So I really prayed about it. So I chickened out, basically. That Sunday, I chickened out. I told my friend, I'll get the veils when he has the infinity veils, because then he had the regular veils and not these ones just yet. And so I told him, I'll wait for the infinity veils before I actually go ahead and wear a veil to church. So I was worried about myself when I was scared, because I felt like, but I prayed for this. I was very excited for this. Why now that the day is finally here, I couldn't do it? So I had to look deep in my heart, right? I had to figure out, why am I afraid? Why am I hesitant to do it? Because it's true. While it's true that I didn't want to call attention to myself, as I began praying more and more, deep in my heart, I felt like I'm not doing this for them. So if I do call attention, if somebody notices it, then, and if somebody thinks good or ill about it, that's out of my control. So what is the reason I am wearing it? So I asked myself, right? And the reasons stayed true to the reasons I had before being scared. Okay, so let me go ahead and show this first, because I'm very excited to show you guys what my friends at One Closet came up with. I think they did an absolutely beautiful job, truly. So this is the black infinity veil. And so normally I don't wear this much makeup to church. I'm doing this veiling video today because I came off something that I did online, so I had to be made up for that. So I felt, you know what, why don't I do the veiling now? But I actually don't wear this much makeup to church. In fact, with the mask, I don't wear makeup at all anymore in church, because yeah, it would just ruin the quality of the mask anyway, and nobody can see, right? But today I did, and yeah, so let me just show you what that looks like when you veil. So here, let me show you guys. I think it's absolutely beautiful. So, alright. So this is what it looks like in front, and then this is what it looks like on the side. Yeah? So let me share with you guys why I think veiling is beautiful. As you can see, these things stay on the side, And because they are as such, I've noticed that my attention is more focused. I now get to focus on the cross more, on Mama Mary more, who is right in front of the altar, on Saint Joseph, and it blocks the rest of the world out because on the sides. So it feels like a little prayer room. It feels like my own little space, and it feels like the rest of the world just truly fades away. And during this time, I'm even sad to see that not a lot of people are going to church because of the pandemic. Of course, they're afraid, and it is understandable. So they're afraid that they might get, COVID, and I understand. But so there's not a lot of people in church, and so I did need to worry in the first place about people looking at me. So yeah. So what else are the reasons why people bail in church? And you should know, if you are going to think about this, you should know why you are going to bail, right? For me, it really is to focus on Him more. It's to show respect to the Eucharist as well, because it is the body of Christ. So it's really humbling myself before the Lord. I don't know why, but when I wear the veil, it's not even like I'm wearing the veil. I don't know what it is about it, but when I'm in church, my whole posture goes down. Like I really feel like I am giving my full attention to the Lord and just humbling myself before Him and saying, here I am, your daughter. I am here to just, to revere you and just serve you and just be a daughter who is fully present today. Because in a while, I will get to have your body, your blood, your divinity, right? As I take that host in communion later on. So it's really made it even more special. Because of the veil, I've also learned, like I said, I focus and you recognize the real presence, right? So I'm still wearing it, but okay, this is what I love about this veil, is after Mass or before Mass, I just put it here. And then when I enter the church, when I enter the pew, that's when I put this back up. And then when Mass is done, that's when I take it off, when I leave the church. So this is what I like about it, is that it still becomes this beautiful scarf that you have around your neck. So anyway, going back, I also, like I said, I love that this is tradition. I love knowing that this was a practice that women before me have done. And what an honor it is to be a part of that tradition, to continue that beautiful Catholic tradition, right? And so my hope is that if you should ever consider veiling, pray about it. I didn't take this decision lightly. I really did pray about it. I really did study my heart as to what my motivation is into wearing this veil. And now for me that I've worn it in church a couple of times, it's really something that I want to see more and more Filipino women do it, right? I want to see more women in church veiling. I want to see more women in church just showing their love and submission and reverence to our Father who is present at the altar, right? So there's a lot of videos online, there's a lot of articles on why you should veil, but those are my reasons why I veil. It really has, helped deepen my faith, helped deepen my Catholic faith. So yeah, so if you are going to do this, do it for the right intentions. Really pray about it, because I don't know if people look, but I feel like they will, because I know that if I see somebody wearing a veil in church, I would definitely be curious about it. But don't worry about what other people think. Just know in your heart the reasons why you're doing it when you do it. So this is another color that I got from one closet. So let me go ahead and show you guys what this looks like, because I think it's really pretty as well. So here, and then you can just, here, there you go. And some people want to have it over their shoulders, that's fine. It's really completely up to you. So if you notice, again, these serve sort of like blinders, right? It really shuts the rest of the world out, and it's just you, and you're focused on the altar, you're focused on God, on the Eucharist, and just the whole mass. I don't know. So anyway, let me know what you guys think. If you do want to purchase this, do look for my friends on Facebook. It's One Closet. They do ship nationwide. I am very proud of what they've done, and I'm so happy that they stepped out in pure faith. You know, that they would do this, that it resonated with them, and that this is something that they're doing as well. So Isabella, who thought about this, is also wearing these in church. She and her mom are starting to wear veils in church, and I couldn't be prouder. She's a 17-year-old who wants to continue this tradition for us Catholics as well. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know. I haven't done a YouTube video in quite a while, so let me know what you guys think of veiling, if you guys are willing to do it. And truly, again, if you are Filipina, please, I really encourage you to consider it, to pray about it. And yeah, so that's it, guys. Thank you, and God bless.